Hello everyone, welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here for your October 1st until the 15th of 2019. Love and general reading. I'm doing the divine spread as I usually do at the beginning of the month. Now what I'd like to say to everyone is that we're moving into October. There are some things that you need to know, a little bit of astrology. Tarot, of course, will be done further down in the video. Please check out the timestamps in the description box below. Just quickly, the quick important transits that are happening in October. So what is very, very important is that Pluto is actually turning direct in Capricorn. It's turning direct and it has been retrograde. Pluto is actually, from the 1st of January, Pluto entered his retrograde zone. So from the 1st of January 2019, he entered his retrograde zone. So that was the degrees that he would cover during the retrograde. So he started his retrograde zone at 20 degrees and 38 minutes of Capricorn. Then on the 24th of April 2019, he stationed retrograde. So he stopped and he started turning retrograde at 23 degrees and 9 minutes of Capricorn. So as you could see, Pluto is very slow moving. So he only did like 3 degrees. His shadow period was 3 degrees. And therefore, so as you all know, Pluto is very, very slow moving. So on the 24th of April, he actually stationed and turned retrograde. At 23 degrees, he actually turned retrograde. So he started moving backwards, 23 degrees and 9 minutes to be exact. So he was traveling backwards, or that's the view from the Earth that we have. He seems to be traveling backwards. He's not really. But usually when the planet is very close to the Earth, the view from Earth it's an illusion, and it makes us think that the planet is actually turning retrograde, but it is not going backwards. It's the illusion we get. So he got up to 23 degrees and 9 minutes, as I just said, and he turned backwards, retrograde, and he's still retrograde until the 2nd or 3rd of October, depending on where you are in the world. So whether you're in the northern or southern hemisphere, 1 day difference, hours, it could be hours that we're talking about. So he's stationing to turn direct. So when he stations to turn direct, anytime he's sort of stopped and ready to change his direction, whether it's going backwards or forward, he's extra potent. So we're in that zone right now. Pluto is very, very strong. He's powering up to actually turn direct. So he's going to turn direct at 20 degrees and 38 minutes. So it's as though we're revisiting January 1st, 2019. What was happening for you back then? What was going on in your life back then? If you can remember, that's the zone he will be traveling over. It's as though we're being given a second chance. We've done the work now, and it's time to finish up whatever we started on the 1st of January. So he's turning direct, and he will be out of his shadow zone on the 23rd of January 2020. So that means he will reach the 23 degree and 9 minute mark before he starts to cover new ground. Okay, so it's very, very important. Pluto, we know, is all about power. He's all about transformation. He's the ruling planet of Scorpio. So this is especially important for Scorpio people, because when our ruling planet is retrograde, it affects us, it affects the sign that it rules more than anyone else. But not to say that Pluto doesn't touch on everyone's life. Obviously, he's so strong, and he's like a magnet. It's as though we take a dive into the underworld. That's what Pluto is. And now we're coming up for a breath of fresh air before we can start to move direct. We've been in the underworld with Pluto. Very, very karmic, especially with Pluto, Saturn, and the south node of the moon there in Capricorn. All right, so enough on Pluto. Now, on the same day, roughly, Mercury enters Scorpio. So Mercury is the messenger of the gods. He's all about communication. He's all about business. He's all about the logic. Now, Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. So Virgo and Gemini, they're all about the details, right? Very logical, left brain thinking signs. So Mercury is the intellect. It's the information. Mercury is also communication, telecommunications, anything to do with the internet. Now, Mercury is entering Scorpio, so Mercury is not a benefic or a malefic. Mercury is actually a neutral energy. Therefore, when he enters Scorpio, he turns into a malefic. He actually dives down into the dungeon with Pluto, and he retrieves the information and brings it up to the people. As I said, he's the messenger of the gods. So he's diving deep into Scorpio. Let's see what he's going to come up with, right? Very interesting. Where do you have Scorpio in your chart? For those of you that are familiar with your birth chart, then you would know the house of Scorpio for you, which section, which area of life it touches on for you personally. Now, Scorpio, the house of Scorpio on a collective scale is the 8th house of death and transformation. It's other people's money, other people's, money from external sources, from your partner. It's your partner's money. It's also, Scorpio is also about intimacy and anything to do with loans, banks, wills, deeds, anything like that is what Scorpio is all about. Scorpio is also a very spiritual sign at that. So Mercury enters Scorpio. Another thing I wanted to add before I move on to the next transit is that Mercury, once he hits the 11-degree mark, Mercury will station to go retrograde. So on the 11th of October, again, a day apart, depending on where you are in the world. On the 11th of October, at 11 degrees and 35 minutes, he will enter his retrograde zone. 11 degrees and 35 minutes of Scorpio. So he's going to cover the area from 11 degrees and 35 minutes up till 27 degrees and 38 minutes, where he will station to go retrograde. So remember that once Mercury hits the 11th degree of Scorpio, he will move into his retrograde zone. So it's going to be the area that will be covered by the Mercury retrograde of October. So it's going to be very interesting to see. He then, on the 20th of 11th of November, so on the 20th of November, he will start to move direct, again at 11 degrees and 35 minutes. So at 11 degrees and 35 minutes of Scorpio, he moves into his shadow zone, so that's the zone he's going to be covering. He will reach up to the 27th degree, right? And on the 31st of October, he will start to move backwards, retrograde. okay? And then on the 20th of November 2019, at the 11-degree mark again of Scorpio, he will start to move direct. He will leave his shadow zone on the 7th of December. So it looks like most of November practically has got a lot to do with the Mercury retrograde. But remember that once the planet turns direct, and it's on the 20th of November 2019, he will start moving direct. Mercury will start to move direct. So even though he's covering his shadow zone, doesn't really matter. He's still moving direct. So again, another Mercury retrograde, the last one for 2019. Okay, so on the 4th of October, Mars enters Libra. So Mars is not that strong in Libra because it rules Aries, which is the sign opposite to Libra. Therefore, he's in his fall position. He's not that strong, and he moves forward in an equal democratic way, we could say, because that's what Libra is all about. It's all about trying to make space for others, for relationships. Now, Mars could be a little bit passive-aggressive in Libra, and just in some cases, because Mars could be passive-aggressive, Mars in an air sign, it can be a little bit explosive, so take care on that note. Now, on the 8th of the month, Venus enters Scorpio. So Venus entering Scorpio to me is, again, it's the dark side of Venus. Venus is the ruling planet of Libra. Therefore, she's not that happy in Scorpio, and she's quite dark in the sign of Scorpio. Also, Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus, and moving into Scorpio, she's in her full position. She's not strong there. But again, it's like Venus moving into the dungeon, going deep. That's what Scorpio is all about. So this could be a time of looking into the shadow, let's say, of relationships. Whatever is hidden in relationships, Venus will be dealing with. Then on the 13th of the month, we have a full moon in Aries. So there is some sort of a culmination, some sort of an ending. That's what full moons are in the sign of Aries. So following the full moon in Aries on the 13th, on the 23rd, we're having the sun entering Scorpio. So Scorpio season begins on the 23rd. If you are a Libra, happy birthday, you guys. Happy birthday. Now, the new moon in Scorpio will be on the 27th of October, and then on the 31st of October is when Mercury turns retrograde in Scorpio. All right, so they're the main astrological important aspects. So we're having quite a few changes of the planets. So what is important is Mercury entering Scorpio, Mars will enter Libra, Venus will enter Scorpio, and then the sun will enter Scorpio again on the 23rd. So there are a few changes, changing energies in the sky bring changes to our lives, so we should remember that as well. I will stop here with the astrology because I don't want to make it too long. I'd like to also announce one thing before I go on to the tarot, and that is that I will be doing special horoscope readings, and what they mean, horoscope readings, is I will be doing cards in the 12 houses. So just like we can see the horoscope starting from Aries, finishing at Pisces, I will be setting down the cards in that way and telling you what is happening in each area of life. They will be individual readings, and they will be the extended readings, which will be up for purchase on my website, on divinedebut.com. Under the extended readings tab, that's where you will be able to purchase those. They're extra readings and they're full readings. So for those of you that are interested in seeing what happens in each area of your life, what messages I will be receiving, you can go and watch those through purchase. They will be up on the 10th of October, so please don't go looking for them earlier because they won't be there. So from the 10th of October, for those of you that want extra readings from Divine Debut 11, you may go there and purchase those extra readings. Okay, so these readings will be as normal, full-on readings for free on YouTube, so enjoy them. Thank you so much for listening to the astrological aspects, the quick astrological aspects, because I didn't really go into that much detail. It's all about time. I will be doing that in the near future. Again, thank you for listening, and let's go on to the readings now. Hello, dear Sagittarius. How are you all? This is your October, beginning to mid-October 2019, Love and General reading. It's a divine spread, so I'm taking your divine messages for beginning of October. How is everyone? Thank you all for being here. Let's see your Karma Dharma position. Sagittarius. And we have the High Priestess. High Priestess is all about secrets. It's about having a deep knowing. You need to trust that intuition that you have, whatever is calling for you to listen. Maybe even taking a bit of time just to really listen. As you can see, the moon in the background, she's all about, the High Priestess denotes Virgo Piscean axis, so the moon is Pisces. We did have a full moon in Pisces a couple of weeks ago. So the High Priestess, yes, all about secrets. Some of you have got very strong intuition. Pisces is very intuitive, as you are. You do you do need to trust in that and know that what you are feeling deep within your soul, your calling, you need to go with that. So you may be dealing with someone who could be into the mystical realm, someone who does tarot, someone who is very connected with the divine. So could be a Piscean, could be a Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. So, dear Sagittarius, let's take your cards. The divine spread, as I usually do at the beginning of the month. So, at your foundation is the Magician, which is Gemini Virgo. This is the planet Mercury, and it's all about communication. Now, as above, so below, they do say with this card, so whatever is happening up there in the ethers is affecting you down here on this 3D plane. Now, the Magician has got all the tools necessary to manifest. It is a number one. Let's see what is hidden from you. And you have the Emperor. And the Emperor is in the position that you do not see. So the Emperor can speak of stability, can speak of Saturnian energies as well. So it's as though what I feel with this card is that you're being watched by someone who could be an authoritative figure, someone who is watching to see that you're doing the right thing. This is Uncle Saturn. And are you doing the right thing? Are you standing in your integrity? Then you will reap the rewards. As you can see, he's dressed in a Santa Claus outfit, which says that doing the right thing, putting in that hard work, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's not talking about the time of Capricorn, Christmas, where we've got an eclipse on Christmas Day. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, if you're in the Southern, then it's on Boxing Day, the day after. So the gifts will come through for you. Okay, so he is a number 4. Fools always speak of our security. So it's a very grounding energy. Now the Emperor can be a Taurus, can be an Aries for me. Let's see what is in the recent past. You have the 6 of Cups. So soulmate energy. Soulmate union is here. One that is filled with trust. Many times we can speak of, the past, your childhood, maybe when times were more innocent, there was more trust, there was some sort of a balance. You could be even looking back to the past, thinking of the past. Let's see what is happening now. Queen of Cups. So this is a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Queen of Cups is someone who's got an open heart, someone who is willing to offer you their cup. This is someone who is quite in balance with their emotions. Queen of Cups is very heartfelt, someone who comes from the heart. Now the High Priestess with the Queen of Cups is the same person. Let's take your crowning position, and you have the Sun, which is Leo. Leo is very heartfelt. Now we've got children here in the card of Leo, which is the Sun. Sun is clarity. The Sun is vitality, it's healing. The Sun is also creativity, fun and games and flirtation, risk-taking, true love. We've got children in 2 cards. Let's see what the action and advice is. 7 of Pentacles. So have a look at the situation you're dealing with. Take your time. Do not rush. Now you could be dealing with someone that is looking whether it's necessary for them to invest more. Someone is thinking about it. Someone is taking their sweet old time, wondering whether they should invest more time, energy, money. And money is energy, isn't it? So there's a take 5 energy here in this card. Let's take the outcome. And you've got the 10 of Cups, dear Sag. 10 of Cups, full emotional bliss, completing a cycle, getting to the ultimate happiness with family, with children. This is a situation of being complete. We do have children in this card again. 10's always complete a cycle, therefore there is a brand new beginning. This does turn into the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, which that Queen of Cups is holding. So she is probably someone who is from your past, someone that maybe you were fully in a state of bliss with. Some of you may have wanted to have a family with this Queen of Cups. Some of you may share family with this Queen of Cups, or she may feel like family to you. Let's see what the divine position is for you, dear Sagittarius. The divine position, which includes the planetary aspects and how they affect you beginning to mid-October. Wow, how lovely is that? We've got the Tower. There is some sort of transformative energy, big shift, big epiphany, big realization that's coming in for you. And because it's in the divine position, this is a shift from the divine. Spirit needs change for you. Spirit thinks that change is necessary for you. Obviously, you haven't been able to to do this on your own. So therefore the divine steps in and says, you know what, dear Sagittarius, you need a change. Okay, you need something to change. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And we've got the Nine of Cups. So this is the general energy, and this is a wish fulfillment. Make a wish. As you see this card, make a wish. You never know what's going to happen. Nine of Cups, you've got the 9 and you've got the 10. So you are at the point of getting a wish fulfilled. Let's see what's beneath this. And the 7 of Wands, which says that you've been standing strong. You've been dealing with a situation that's been against you. So against the odds, you're still pushing through. Okay. At one point you were successful. Now you're moving forward. You have got the higher ground, therefore you've got nothing to worry about. You're holding that Ace of Wands, which is the potential for something that you are inspired with or you feel very passionate about. And this could also be creativity. So you've got one over everyone else, your competitors, whoever they are. You've got the higher ground, and you're going to find yourself in a position of having the advantage and therefore making your wishes come true. What's beneath that? And you have the King of Pentacles. And I don't know why, but I feel that this is your energy. So you could be dealing with anything to do with business, things surrounding money, your financial security, as well as anything to do with what is Pentacles. What are Pentacles? They're real, they're tangible, material things. They're also our values. So maybe you are looking at your values, dear Sagittarius. Maybe you hold a very strong position where career is concerned. Okay, so King of Pentacles is someone who's very stable, someone who knows their value, someone who is very grounded and very stable. Okay, so beneath that was the Two of Pentacles. So juggling, some of you may be working 2 jobs. I don't know why, but I feel that some of you may be receiving a promotion, maybe because the Emperor here is looking pretty old. He's looking as though he's done his time. He's at the point of retirement. This could be an advantage for you. There could be a position that is opening for you to take the role of the Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor is someone who is in charge of everything. The Emperor is someone that people depend on. He's got leadership qualities. This may even be someone who's passed on, someone who was like Father Christmas to you, someone who made all your wishes come true. This could be someone that is watching you from up above, dear Sagittarius, I feel. And this could be the position that you are taking on. Now, if you've already stepped onto that throne, that's a lot of responsibility. But it will give you a lot of rewards because the Emperor is someone who is very focused on what he has to do. And that doesn't mean that he's going to be giving things away for free. Okay, he holds strong authoritative energies, and therefore it can be, you may be in a position of not being someone that's liked so much, I feel here, because along with a lot of responsibility comes you have to do what's best for the company you're working with, or even the company that you own. Okay, so the responsibility brings on not being someone who will be really liked so much. And that is unfortunate. It comes along with the position. And I feel that for some reason, because the Emperor here reminds me of the King of Swords, so he's very cold and aloof. Deep within, though, he's got the passion. He's wearing red, as you can see here. You could be quite fiery, maybe a little bit aggressive at times when it's necessary. So very different energies to this Queen of Cups. She's someone who's very open-hearted, someone who's very ready emotionally to offer things that are things that can be taken advantage of. So therefore, with an open heart, whoever's got an open heart, they're very vulnerable. And I think that that's where the difference is between you and the Queen of Cups. You're not showing vulnerability. And maybe it's because of the position that you're in. Okay, let's take some more cards. Okay, first of all, I'd like to take Amira's Love Oracle and look into your love life. Amira's Love Oracle by Amira Celon. Okay, dear Sagittarius, please, Spirit, can I have more information? 1st to the 15th of October, 2019. Sagittarius. I have a feeling that the promotion that is showing up here for you won't be happening until Jupiter, your ruling planet, moves into Capricorn, because this is very Capricornian energy. Even though the Emperor can be Aries or Taurus, we did have that earth sign, so King of Pentacles could be the Emperor, same person. The promotion may come when Jupiter, your ruling planet, moves into Capricorn. That's the time of let's get down to business. And it's all about authority, it's all about law, strict, stern, and very karmic time as well. Let's see what Amira's Love Oracle shows. So there is new love on the horizon. New love. Now we've got beautiful crystal here, and that looks like some sort of a prize, something special. New love. For those of you that are having a new relationship in the cards, we've got a diamond here, a pink diamond. That's beautiful. It's probably worth a fair bit as well. Some of you may be thinking of giving this as a present. I feel that the new love here, for those of you that are exchanging vows, we do have the Ten of Cups here. You've got your eye on a special stone, one very special stone. Let's see what else we've got. Money. Along with the promotion comes the money, doesn't it? With the responsibility comes the money as well. It's not only the position, it's also the money comes along with it. So this is beautiful. This is really, really nice. Let's take another card. Wow. And we've got gifts. Just as I was saying, I think that some of you are wanting to be quite generous. Now, it doesn't mean that your generosity will be only with the person that you're interested in romantically. You could be generous with family as well. If you've striked it lucky, you do have the Tower here. I've got a feeling about that Tower. We've got the True Gem as well. So it looks as though crystals are very important. Crystals come from the earth. They're very strong energetically. True gem means that you could be teaming up with someone who either deals with crystals, you could be selling them as a business, but also the true gem could speak of someone's got a heart that is a true gem. So you may be teaming up with someone who is very valuable for you in your life. True gem, again, crystals, we've got the High Priestess. As I was saying, you may be dealing with someone that is in the field of mysticism. They may do astrology, they may do tarot, someone who is very connected with the higher realms. Beautiful. Okay, so many gems. Right, okay, let's take the Black Moon Astrology cards. I'd like to see astrologically how you are affected. Holy Spirit for Sagittarius, beginning till mid-October. What does Sagittarius need to know? I don't know if you noticed, it got a little bit dark just for a second there. Both computers went off. So I was just saying, what does Sagittarius need to know? Suddenly there was a blank, a darkness before the lights came on. So very much like the Tower. Some of you may have felt as though you've been in the dark. The Tower is going to show you. And we've got 11th house and friends, which is Aquarian energy. 11th house is the house of Aquarius. And Aquarius is all about the future. Aquarius can also speak of, being part of an association, a group. The house of friends as well. The house of Aquarius is also the house of wishes and dreams. It's the house of income through career. So, yeah, right on point. Now, Aquarius is also the ethers. It's something that is very, very intelligent. Some of you may be coming up with something, some sort of an intelligence, some bright idea, which could be very lucrative for you. Let's put it there, maybe you can see it a little bit. Friends are obviously very important for you. Now, sometimes, some of you may be dealing with someone who is a very close friend, someone who feels as though they're not only romantically connected to you, but also emotionally. And why do I feel that? If you notice this, the girl in the Six of Cups here, she's wearing blue, just like the Queen. She is a little bit older. Maybe now, females usually mature. They grow even their body, like physically. They tend to become women before the males. So this could be a little bit of an age difference. Or as I said, they could be the same age and the female looks a little bit older. So there is an offer here. There is a cup that's being offered. It has been offered at some point. This could even be from a past life. Soulmate energies. Let's look at this High Priestess. High Priestess is a number 2. So she speaks of balance. We're in the time of Libra, which is all about balance. Libra is partnerships. So partnerships are really happening at this time. They're being changed, they're being sifted, they're being swallowed up and chewed out. Other new relationships are beginning. There's a lot going on in Libra at this time. We've got the sun, we've got the moon there as I'm doing your reading. 29th of September it is today, and we just had a new moon in Libra. We also have Venus, which is its home sign. It's in its home sign of Libra, and we've got Mercury. So a lot of communication. Very fated time, very fated. because all these planets in Libra, they're all squaring off to the nodes, North and South Node. North Node in Cancer, South Node in Capricorn. Very karmic time. And also the wounds of the past, any victim mentality, the Chiron in Aries is right across the sun. So it's like a tug of war, you know, the clarity, the healing of the sun, the ego. The sun is shining onto Chiron in Aries, which is the wounding of the self, right? So the wounding of the warrior, the wounding of the ego. Let's take the High Priestess, and we've got the moon, which, as I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but I did, the full moon in Pisces 2 weeks ago. We've got the moon again. Now the moon can speak of deception, it can speak of lack of trust, lots of dreams. I don't know about you guys, but we've been having a lot of dreams. A lot of people I speak to, with the full moon in Pisces, it's all about the veil becoming thinner and we're able to see right through it. What's behind that veil? And the moon is also the mother, but the moon can also speak of your security, your stability in your home. Let's see. We've got the King of Wands here. And the King of Wands is a leader. He's very charismatic, very fiery. He takes charge. I do feel that the King of Wands is your energy, obviously. Are you going to initiate action? Because that's what this king does. Some of you may be going to a clairvoyant, asking for the advice of a clairvoyant, one that can reach things that have been hidden. There's a lot that you're looking at, and you're looking straight at it, straight at this High Priestess and the moon. So the King of Wands is someone who takes action. Now, dear Sagittarius, you are fire. So, oh, wow, okay. You are fire, and you're not one to sit around and wait. You love your adventure. You're the visionary. And I believe that, wow, we've got about 4 cards that fell out. I believe that you are trusting your intuition and going for something that you felt was hidden. You are taking charge. You're taking your passion and you're moving. Whatever this Ace of Wands is for you, whatever that means for you, is it a new project? Is it a new career path? Is it something that you feel connected to sexually? Now, we do have Leo here as well, so you could be dealing with someone who's got strong Leo in their chart. Now, I have 4 cards that dropped down. They fell right on top of this Emperor. So we have the 3 of Wands, which is someone who has done the work. They're waiting on the return on that. This is expansion and growth. It's also a card of patience, right? We've got Capricorn, which is the devil. And this is the Saturnian energy that I was talking about. This can speak of really hard work. Also, you know, boundaries. You have to do things in a certain way. Now, this can also speak of fears. Maybe this Emperor is putting on this persona. He needs to be the one in charge. He is the one that people are, I don't want to say frightened of, but he holds his position. He does not open up easily, and therefore what is not known to us we are careful with, right? And that's the way it goes. Now, the devil can also speak of it can also speak of too much of a good thing or not enough. The devil is either too much or not enough, I feel here. with the devil, and I do feel that there are restrictions in relation to the position of the emperor. Again, Capricorn is the authority, the authoritative figure. It's the boss. It's the one that you will be dealing with if you do not do the right thing. Now, Capricorn is very grounded energy. It's very, once the work has been put in, then the return is really good. It's something that stabilizes. Now, Capricorn again speaks of karma because Saturn, Pluto, and the South Node are there. We've got also the Page of Wands, which is someone who is wanting to go on an adventure. Now, here with the Five of Pentacles, we've got two people that are feeling left out in the cold, a sense of lack and not having enough. And sometimes you know that the Saturnian energy, I should say Capricorn, could be someone that overworks. And this could be a mentality of, I don't have enough, or I've got so much work that I can't go on that adventure. I feel that this position here is just really, really exhausting. Now, this could be your energy, yes. You could be the one with the responsibilities. You could be the one that is having to give the orders, no time to rest, no time to go on that adventure, to let your hair down. And there are wounds here. There are wounds. There are wounds that are, as you could see, the person here, they are disabled in a sense. So I feel that this is speaking of being a slave of finances. They do say that many times, they do say that money is the root of all evil. And I feel that that is what is speaking to me here, that this emperor wants to go and have fun. He wants to do things for children. As you could see, he's wearing a Santa Claus outfit, but his responsibilities don't allow that. And therefore he has to keep that cold and authoritative persona. Doesn't mean that he doesn't feel. He's just got too many responsibilities. And this could have a lot to do with his childhood conditioning. Unfortunately, and fortunately, the sun is shining right on Chiron. So this could be a time that you could see that life is not just work. We don't have to be a slave for our position, the position that we hold. Life is not just that. So I think that a change of perspective is necessary here. So, and you can think about it. Sagittarius loves to go on an adventure. What would be the opposite? That they can't go anywhere. They're not allowed to go on that adventure, and that's suffocating, right? So let's take a card now on the Six of Cups. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Threes are always about expansion and growth, but this has got a lot to do with work again. Many times we could be talking about three people because we do have the threes. Many times can speak of three people, but this can also say that we do have the church twice. We've got things to do with our beliefs, our religion, what we believe in. We do have religion and faith in both these cards. Some of you are working hard for a dream that you're wanting to manifest. And that could be to find your balance. First, you're trying to set yourself up financially, I believe here, before you can offer, be the leader, offer things to the person that you love. And maybe even some of you could have your own children. And that's another reason why you're working very hard. Let's look at that Queen of Cups. And we've got the Chariot. So the Chariot is Cancer. It's the North Node. North Node is in Cancer. So we're all working towards our security in relation to family, our heritage, our stability. Now, the Queen of Cups could be someone that is wanting to travel. She may be moving emotionally. She's in the driver's seat. She's taking charge of her life. There is movement. Let's look at the Leo card. And we've got the Five of Swords. Again, we've got three people here in the picture. But this is a card of conflict. Some of you are restricted because of children, I see here. Now, if we're talking about career, even though you have created something of your own and you're taking a risk, you're wanting to show your talents to the world, but the competition is quite harsh. But you can do this because you are holding all those swords. Now, if you're dealing with another air sign, you could have an air sign in your midst that is quite rebellious and quite competitive, and they're wanting to take the glory from you. Could have strong Leo in their chart as well. Maybe Aquarius. Let's take the Seven of Pentacles in the action and advice. There it is. King of Swords. King of Swords. I was just talking about air. Aquarius I just mentioned, and there's the King of Swords, who I do see as Aquarius. Now, I did say here that this Emperor does remind me of Aquarius because of all the, the King of Swords. He's very cold and aloof. So some of you are looking at a situation. You're thinking very carefully, strategizing. Now, I'm going to say that you've got one side of you that can be very cold. Some of you have obviously been through hardship, whether it's through money or through financial means and situations. But also you may have been hurt in the past. Maybe your responsibilities, maybe your, what is it called? It's the childhood conditioning that it's all about work. Life is only about work. There is nothing else. Anything else comes second, third, 10th. You've got to be strong. Money is security. And I feel that you are re-evaluating your life at this time, dear Sagittarius. Let's take another card on that one. And we've got the Strength card, which is Leo. So Leo comes up again. This is like having trust in your abilities. This is having the courage to move forward. As I said, if you are hoping to open your heart and offer your cup to another person and you're worried about being knocked back, well, love takes courage. Love is courage. You have to believe in your abilities. So I feel that you're really holding back on your passions for a certain reason at this time. And it's probably because of duty. Let's take the Ten of Cups. And you have the Four of Wands. Marriage. Celebration. Stability. Another four. This is celebration. This is an engagement. This is a commitment. This is setting down those roots. Strong roots. Some of you are celebrating a family get-together, getting together with family, connecting with family. I feel as though it's with the card of courage here, some of you may have thought that your position in life is to, if you are a single parent, you've been putting your children first, I can see that, but that's not what life is only. The children will tag along, they will come along as long as you are happy. I feel that that's the case here. Some of you may have had family issues where your relationship is concerned and you've had to go against the grain, which is knowing your values and putting yourself first. Let's see what this Tower is in the divine position. What's this Tower? Which is a transformation. It's Scorpio. And Uranus as well. Uranus in Taurus is changing up everyone's values. If there are no values, there is nothing. The Tower will come down. And that's the positive side to Uranus in Taurus. And we've got 5 of Wands. As I said, there's some sort of conflict that you're dealing with. Some sort of maybe being against the grain, as I said. Let's take another card. Oh, we've got the 9 of Cups again. So it hasn't been easy, it won't be easy, but you are looking at the prize. You're looking at your wish fulfillment. I feel that Sagittarius is actually putting themselves first at this time. You're going with your intuition. You're overtaking your fears and standing strong as the King of Wands here. Let's take this Magician. What's that all about in your foundation? That's all about communication. We've got the 4 of Swords. So yes, 4 of Swords says that you're taking time out. Some of you may have had a problem with health, maybe just too much effort, too much work with that Capricorn card, the Devil. Too much work, no play. Some of you may have started with taking a bit of time out. Now, this is either to heal emotionally, intellectually. Maybe you deal with too much business, too much communication with others. We do have the 3 of Swords that he's focusing on, though. And that is some sort of a heartbreak. Some of you may have had heart issues, maybe high blood pressure. And that little bell was ringing. Hey, slow down. Don't forget that Mercury and Uranus, especially Uranus, it's the nervous system. It's our nervous system. Some of you may be suffering from anxiety. And it's a time of, you're taking a bit of time out to recuperate. Let's take one more card on this 4 of Wands. What's that all about? And we've got the 2 of Cups, which is a commitment. It is a soulmate energy. This is a contract. If this is work, you've put in a lot of work, and it's time to look after you now. I think that once you get everything in order, then you can delegate and not take on all the weight and the burdens of what you are trying to manifest. You know, this could be a new contract that is coming through, but it is love. 2 of Cups is 2 people being on the same page. Let's take a card on this 3 of Pentacles, which is right on top of that 6 of Cups. Some of you may have been dealing in the past with someone who was in another relationship. If this Queen of Cups was in another relationship, I see the Chariot. She's moving on, overcoming any obstacles. Okay, and with the 3 of Swords here, okay, this is competition. This could be fights. This could be arguments over children. Let's take another card on this position, as I said. And we've got the World card. And the World card can mean the end of a karmic cycle. This is Venus, who's getting ready to be born. Venus in Libra is bringing new partnerships, new beginnings in partnerships. Now, the cycle has ended. The difficulties have ended here, I would say. The lessons have been learned. This successful new beginning. After an end comes a beginning, doesn't it? So looking at this card here, it's also the World card, which says that you may be at a distance to your beloved. Let's take the Nine of Cups, which is the general energy. What more do we need to know about that? And we've got Justice. Yep. And Justice is Libra. Justice brings in the balance. It brings equilibrium. There's many similarities in the Justice card and the High Priestess. It's very karmic. Why? Because the person sits between those two pillars. This is number 11. If we see it in cardinal, it looks the same as the High Priestess, doesn't it? So 11 is very karmic. It's going through that new doorway. 11 is it's like that new door that's opening. Now, there's gifts. You're dealing with a true gem. I think that the gifts are coming in, whether this is through business, through career, through luck. You do have Jupiter in your sign. He's moving direct. Let's see the position of Karma Dharma. So what's this moon? We've got the Giovine Fanciulla, the young virgin, which speaks of pure energy, newness. The young maiden, pure energy. And we also have the Dottore, which is healing. Okay, healing through transformation. The doctor brings balance, brings change. Now, this could be spiritual, sexual, or emotional healing, or all together. All in one. Now, wow, we've got the Vedovo, which is the Three of Swords, someone who is mourning still about their past. And then we've got the Discovery, which is the crazy scientist, the Artista, which is very Aquarian. So I think that some of you are mourning the loss of someone, right? The loss of someone. But also, for those of you that have had issues with health, remember what I said before here with the Emperor. Could be someone that's passed on. There could be some sort of a discovery, because this could be either a doctor or a solicitor. So some of you are looking into your health. If you are suffering from what your ancestors, your father, your grandfather was suffering from, then there is some sort of a discovery which, and this could be new age medicine, the crazy scientist, very Aquarian. It's like, revolutionaries where discoveries are concerned. So finding something that is very futuristic, some sort of a way of healing. And this could be holistic healing, okay? This could be healing through spiritual means. They do say that a healthy mind leads to a healthy body, and the other way around. And what just opened up was the Belvedere. So this is like waiting on something or someone to come in. Now this is the Three of Cups. That could mean anything, like being on the lookout, waiting for someone to come in, or something new, news to come through. Could be in the near future. Let's take I want to see the Tower in the divine position. We have Gran Consolazione, which is a consolation, a big consolation. So it's everything that you desire, everything that you fantasized and you've pushed forward with, you receive it. We have the Superbia, which can speak of a little bit of ego as well. The ego may be a little bit tethered. The feathers of the peacock could be ruffled a little bit. And here we've got l'amante, the lover, which is the offer comes through. So there is a beautiful offer that's coming through, something that you've been wanting, something that maybe you were too shy to ask for. It's coming in nevertheless. There was no necessity for you to ask for it. It's coming in anyway. Okay, now again, l'amante is a number 11. Again, it deals with an offer that's coming through, and it's karmically, you're walking through that new doorway. Let's see, I want to see this hidden position with the Emperor and the Three of Wands, the Page of Wands. So if we put the Three of Wands and the Page, that's 4 wands. Then we've got the Devil and the Five of Pentacles. Let's see. So we've got the Sospiri, which is like the Three of Wands again, but it's also the Six of Swords. So that's moving away from, and this could even be like, because Saturn is all about timing, could it be that the time is here to move away from trouble to calmer situations? You're still here. You're on a mission. This is the Ten of Swords, but this is also all about, again, Capricorn, still putting in that effort. It could be that some of you have been waiting for information to come through, or waiting for, I don't know, something from the authorities to come through. This is the end of waiting, though. It's the Ten of Swords. So Ten of Swords could be dealing with secrets, things that were not known. And what comes after that? Newness and the child, the baby. So some of you have taken the difficult route because of a child. You've accepted, you've taken those Ten of Swords in your back because of a child. And you've put your wants and your needs aside for your child, for your beloved little child, or for a brand new beginning. You've put in the hard work, you've proven yourself. There is a new beginning here, but it's going to take, it could take 7 days, could take 7 weeks. Let's just take on this area here, the action and advice. 7 of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the King of Swords. We've got Fortuna. I'm not going to take another card because time is running out. So your luck is changing here. Your courage and your will to communicate in the right way, to speak your truth, is bringing you this change here. The Wheel of Fortune turns in your favor. Let's take some other cards. First of all, I'd like to take the handwritten cards. And we have the Queen of Cups. We've got the Emperor here. And I do feel that the Emperor is the same person as the King of Wands and the King of Swords. For those of you that are that have been dealing with a love triangle, I feel as though the third person was an air sign. So we've got the Emperor here, which could be Aries, Taurus. but I feel that this is your energy. I feel that you probably have got those energies in your chart. And I feel that the King of Swords could be someone else. So let's see what this Queen of Cups has got to say. The Queen of Cups. I dreamt of you before I met you, and this is the Four of Wands. So she wants marriage, she wants stability. So she dreamt of you before she met you, which means that she's very psychic, very intuitive. Let's look at the Emperor. Are you the one? So this is what you're asking with the Three of Cups. You are wondering if this is your twin flame. Let's look at this King of Swords. For some of you, it's going to be a third person. Okay, someone who could be, could be that this Queen of Cups was dealing with this King of Swords, but she could be dealing with divorce. 11, very karmic. Justice could be divorce. Okay. Let's take the King of Swords. One day we may meet again somewhere in time. That's the Nine of Pentacles, which speaks of Virgo energies, but also this is someone who stands alone, just like the Nine of Pentacles. Someone who is financially okay. And he says one day we may meet again somewhere in time. So there is no certainty there. No certainty at all. So I think that's it in those cards. I'd like to take one more for the Emperor. So he says, are you the one? This is what you're saying. Unless you are a cross-watcher, this is your Sagittarian person. Let's take one more. And we've got, unfortunately, I did not recognize you as my soulmate at first sight, but now I see you truly are. So this is the Five of Pentacles, and it is right on top of the Five of Pentacles. So this person here, and if this is you, this person was only focused on work, because of childhood conditioning. And don't forget, you can flip this reading around, right? And they did not recognize you. That's why you both felt left out in the cold. A sense of lack. Okay, Sagittarius. Now, obviously, you're all about faith. I believe that faith, Jupiter, is bringing in the changes. Ask a question. Ask my angels a question. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Jophiel are ready to answer your question, dear Sagittarius. Please, Spirit, please try and answer as best you can for my Sagittarian friends. What do they need to know? What's the message? Ready? And we have abundance. Wow, I was just looking at that Ten of Pentacles right there. The gemstones, precious stones, and the gifts. 11th house. Now, if this is career, you've worked really hard for it. And it's as though you're striking it lucky. Abundance is here for you. Abundance in love. Abundance in emotions. Abundance through family. You do have the Ten of Cups here. This is beautiful. Okay, great abundance will find its way into your life. Your plans will yield prosperity, providing a sense of security about the future. Your angels will be with you as you can take the actions necessary to manifest your dreams. Don't forget that your reading was sitting on manifestation. Abundance is not always financial in nature. You may be seeking to manifest new ideas, a large circle of friends. even in friendship, vibrant health, or romantic love. This card can also reflect an inflow of any of these types of treasures into your life. Open your arms to heaven to receive with gratitude that which you desire. Dear Sagittarius, this is amazing. And look what's beneath that. Soulmate. Open relationship. Some of you may have been in an open relationship. Okay? And you realize that this is a soulmate connection. Open relationship until it got serious. And I think we're getting serious. Dear Sagittarius, I think I will leave it at that. Thank you so much. Oh, one more card. Oh, wow. One more from the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. Please, Spirit, this is Sagittarius. What do they need to know in relation to Selene? Selene, which means moon in Greek. Okay, so let's see, what does Sagittarius need to know? I fumbled that one, eh? One more, because I'm making a mess on my table and I love it. Let's take one more card. Last shuffle for Sagittarius. Ooh, there's two cards here and I'm going to take them both. So we have Believe in the Impossible, Blue Moon, which is something that doesn't happen very often. So believe in the impossible, and it's time to take action. New moon in Aries. So become the warrior, become the ram. There are new beginnings. Okay, Aries is all about new beginnings. It's the seed that is planted. New moons are all about new beginnings. Yeah, so the full moon in Aries is on the 13th of October. Therefore, 6 months after that, which is the time of Aries, that's the new moon. So that would be probably beginning of April. End of March, beginning of April. Yeah, so the new moon in Aries, this could signify the time that you're having the new beginnings. And it could be a time when you're needing to take action as well. And Aries is the warrior, remember? So believe in the impossible. It's time to take action, just like the King of Wands that you had. All right, dear Sagittarius, thank you so much. Thank you for trusting in my readings, for spending time with me, and for all that you do. Sending you lots of love, lots of blessings, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye for now.